Hey everybody, Mark Davis joining you in the aftermath of our Tuesday, June 16th talk show, at the end of which I got to treat myself to the Donald Trump announcement. Oh, where to begin? I don't know which was more compelling or odd, the actual hour-long Trump announcement or the immediate media convulsion that happened thereafter. So let's take these things in order. I was making a couple of notes. Is this a sideshow? Of course it is. Does Donald Trump have any chance of getting the Republican nomination? No. However, it does not become so instantly dismissible as a lot of people wish that it were. There were people tweeting, and I was all over the Twitter spheres. People said, I pity the poor people who are going to be tasked with covering the Donald Trump campaign. They may in some ways be the luckiest reporters around. I mean, I know it's not like covering Rick Perry, Ted Cruz, Scott Walker, or Marco Rubio, but imagine, what could be more fun? And here's the thing you have to understand. I was making a couple of lists here. You realize that on Obamacare, ISIS, Iran, China, immigration, border wall, Second Amendment, Donald Trump is basically fundamentally completely correct. You do realize that, right? And that means it's not a joke. Is it a sideshow? Is it an exercise in ego and narcissism? Of course it is. Is it all ultimately designed to make him more money and get more viewers to The Apprentice? Of course it is. But let's spend a moment on ego. I find Donald Trump's ego a good bit less abrasive than the supercilious narcissism of Barack Obama, who believes that his very ideas, by the force of his will, that he can change the world because he is good and others are bad. Now, please understand that Donald Trump is probably as interested in kicking the shins of the Republican field. He's as interested in doing that. Look at his... He spoke with more tough talk against Jeb Bush than he did against Hillary, and look for a whole lot more of that. And it's just going to be messy. It's going to be a train wreck. The wheels are going to shoot off. The talk show host in me is thrilled. The American in me has mixed feelings. The Republican in me is a little bit scared, because there are elements in here, and this is not Ross Perot 2.0, where he's going to go run as an independent and get 19% of the vote. But I will tell you, Donald Trump has no use for the drudgery, the butt whipping, the scrutiny of an actual race under the big umbrella of one of our big parties. He doesn't really seem to like Republicans very much. He has some conservative views, some views that are not conservative, but I just don't think he likes political labels. He doesn't like Republicans. He's an equal opportunity trash talker, which, by the way, is an enormous part of his appeal. His appeal is not very broad, but it's deep, and he resonates with people kind of in a way that Ben Carson does, even though they're not similar characters at all. The Ben Carson appeal is people who are just sick to death of politicians, sick of the glaze, sick of the predictability, sick of the hand-wringing concern of, am I going to offend anyone? People who are just tired to death of that, love Ben Carson, are now going to love Donald Trump. Now, how long is this entire charade going to last? I have no idea. Probably not very long. But if he takes it in and finishes 4th or 5th in Iowa or New Hampshire or something like that, by then, two things will be clear. He's had some degree of impact and has no chance of winning. And at that point, he'll get out, go back to Mar-a-Lago and hang out and live the wealthy life that he has properly constructed for himself. See, that is the thing about braggadocio and about ego. At least Donald Trump's ego is based on something. At least it's based on things he has actually done. His announcement speech was kind of like him, sort of sloppy, kind of out of control, and every 2 or 3 minutes, pretty darned awesome. I paid attention. I found it less boring, less irrelevant than a whole lot of other things that have happened on the presidential campaign trail. And now let's talk about the media reaction. On Twitter, all these haughty, condescending reporters. Trump is running, and now we actually have to analyze this. And, I can't believe I've had to waste my time watching this, or that now people are wasting their time analyzing it. So let me get this straight. Analyzing and assessing the Donald Trump campaign is a waste of time. But analyzing George Pataki is not? When someone can explain that to me, I'll be eager to hear it. So here we go, and it's going to be fun. The talk show part of me, again, is thrilled. The citizen in me just wants to sort of strap in and see how it's going to go. When I say I have certain concerns about Republicanism, if he bolts off and runs an independent campaign, again, he's not going to get 19% like Perot did. But in a year that is kind of like 92, in which there are a lot of people who are not real thrilled with Democrats or Republicans or the offering on either side, if the Republicans offer up a candidate, not to name names yet, who's kind of unsatisfying to the base. And there are people who go, well, there's Trump, and he just doesn't care. He's just out there speaking a bunch of truths, and I bet he probably could negotiate better around the world and fight ISIS better, and he would build a border wall and make the Mexicans pay for it. He said that. You could do worse, and if that happens, Hillary becomes the next president. So I've just now totally frightened myself and should probably stop now. So anyway, that's where it all begins, and thanks for hanging out and talking about these things and others on The Mark Davis Show on 660 AM The Answer.